What's a high value woman?
A woman who knows her worth and knows she can do better than that, because there are men out there that aren't gonna want to see a whole bunch of women at one time.
But what determines a woman's worth?
I think a woman determines her own value.
See, that's the difference between men and women. Like, a man can't just determine their value. The world dictates how valuable you
The
are.
marketplace, you're saying.
Right. Like,
Capitalism.
women could just
Yeah.
make up how valuable she is in her head and then just assume that the world should follow that. But we can't operate like that. Imagine if I said, like, that, I'm just worth that. Like, why? Because I believe it. Everybody would think that I'm delusional, but women can believe that.
I don't know. I think as a woman, you need to hold yourself to a certain standard to get the respect that you want.
The number one issue I have is the destructive laws targeting males that females have at their disposal to take everything a guy has and put him in jail under false accusations with the support of the judicial system. By the time it's figured out that her accusation is false, it's too late. The guy has lost everything: his job, cars, home, money, and his life is destroyed. She should serve 10 years in jail minimum for this and be required to pay back the guy she screwed over. That includes everything he lost, and then pay him alimony for the remainder of his life if he lost his job because of her actions. If she has kids, she'll be deemed an unfit mother, permanently losing custody. Basically, her life will be destroyed using the same courts in which she screwed him. It really comes down to power, control, and manipulation when it comes down to women in society having more of these dynamics than men. This is the whole purpose of modern feminism today. Modern feminine women are also promoting a dangerous narrative, which is that they believe they can function in societies without any men in those societies. This is a dangerous narrative because it will misinform young women about how they can do that, without ever having to work for it. Will these women work in the sewers? Will they work in the mining industry? Will they literally work in deplorable conditions that men work in just so they can feed their wives and children? Or is it just the CEO that modern women want to emulate and look at? Why the hypocrisy? Why selective equality? Truth be told, this isn't equality. It's gender politics for domination while using whole generations of innocent women as pawns. Based on just observation, they must be empty inside. Craving emotional jolts is the only time they feel alive. Looking deeper into meaning and purpose will sustain them and free them from this drug-like addiction of misery. Only they can choose to liberate themselves if they want a better life experience. It doesn't look like they're going to grow anytime soon. In the end, as a man, I would love to jump at the opportunity to date a female who is genuine. No, it doesn't mean I won't return the same energy, because why would I ask you to be genuine if I was going to be fake? At the end of the day, I'll stay single until then, building my empire higher and stronger. Don't try and fool me with your claims to this or that either. I can see snakes coming from miles away. It was always the case that empires fell because the delusion, degeneration, and depravity of the elite spread among the whole society and led to widespread decadence. It's always the same. Also, the empire is incapable of perceiving the truth. The repetition as an iteration of history is almost poetic. If you get married, you must expect that there will be a divorce. So if your wife doesn't work, then you will end up paying more spousal support. This is the reality. Don't put yourself in that position. You can't be in a traditional marriage in an untraditional society. Too much risk. Society may have changed over the years, but the core values have always remained the same since the beginning of time. Only by trying to change what has worked for thousands of years is when everything started going to crap. Many societies in the past crumbled when trying to fix things that were not broken. Sadly, humankind is willing to repeat mistakes of the past, thinking it will be different this time around. Money is not as important as creating a happy, structured life. However, we all need money and moral values, just not everything society tries to feed us today. People today have their own selfish agendas, not wanting any of the consequences that follow. Your youth is for working towards creating a better life for when you are older, enjoying the rewards you have gained. If you squander your youth, you will destroy your future self. You can't keep drinking the sewer water not expecting to get sick. No matter what the lies people believe, the facts will never change. Your choices in life decide who you become, so choose wisely. This is why I feel that modern feminism has lied to women in general. Modern feminism has robbed women of their meaning and purpose, and given them a new purpose that is only making women more and more miserable. You only have to go and see the women around your society or online today to know what I mean. Women are miserable because of feminism. They think they're part of some positive movement that liberates them of their worries when in fact, it only steals their value from them. I was recently reading a study that said women who enter the marriage as virgins, or with one sex, which is now a rarity, are the least likely to divorce. Women with 10 or more partners are the most likely to divorce. But this only became true in recent years, the study said. This only goes to show that the more women sleep around, the more they're likely to lose any sense of loyalty and future stability when it comes to relationships. On top of that, no man truly wants to be with a woman who has a high body count. It's basic psychology. The more you have of something, the less you eventually want it. The less desire you will have for it, and it will only decrease the more value or charm it has for you. Relationships are like that. I've seen countless videos online where women are crying because they've slept with so many men, they just don't know what to do with their lives. I've said this many times before, and I'll say this again and again. Men were meant to provide and protect and spread their seed to build and populate. Women were meant to care and nurture, provide warmth and raise children with their men. Both have their own qualities and reasons. It's only the woke female narrative that has made women believe that they're lesser beings if they're not doing everything a man can do. You don't see men crying about how they don't have the ability to give birth. You don't see men saying they would like to raise children while women bring in the money and resources and the protection. Men and women have their own roles, and that has not changed. The more aligned a man is with his masculinity, the more successful he's going to be. He's not going to be able to attain that if suddenly decides because of popular culture that he'd rather be a woman. Similarly, the more aligned a woman is with her feminine side, the more successful she is. For her, success isn't wealth creation. It's the happiness of her children. It's in the moments that she shares with her family. However, modern feminism has completely twisted this to make it sound like being traditionally feminine is a weakness, that masculinity is a weakness, and that women need to be more masculine and men need to be more feminine. They've completely twisted it around, and women are miserable as a result. Traditional men knew their role in society and inside their house. Outside, they were fighting battles, and inside, they were bringing security, provision, and protection to their wives and children. Over the years, as gender roles changed, women no longer wanted a traditional man who had authority inside the house. After that, they started having problems with men having authority in offices. Then feminism happened, and that led to modern women taking over traditionally masculine roles in society. Today, they're tired of it and want the traditional man back because they realize they're not meant to live a masculine life. It goes against their nature, biology, and physiology. Men also realized that society was increasingly against men being masculine. They realized the laws, the government, the media, and general culture were designed to favor women and subjugate men. What man in his right mind would accept a contract that says the other party gets the house, land, savings, alimony, child support, furniture, big screen TV, tax return, child support, and the dog whenever they say so? The man becomes homeless, owes 18 years of child support, and just gets his clothes and shaver. You cannot make up a worse deal than that. Do women think that men can't walk away forever? Wrong. Men have no problem walking away and never ever coming back. With the deck being stacked against men the way it is, walking away and staying away forever is the only option for men who value their sanity and their lives. Women made relationships with men transactional, and now they're freaking out because men accepted the challenge and flipped the script back on females. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion. The debate and